Hey there, Yup Tower. So I'm gonna make this a pretty brief episode. I am feeling a little under weather today. You might recall last time this happened, it was due to the watchtower poisoning me in some way that's yet to be determined. I don't know what substance they used. According to my research online, it very well could have been anthrax. And it was a rough time for me, a very rough time, and I turned to alternative medicine to heal what ailed me. Things like guided healing meditation and crystals, lots of crystals, just a lot of different types of crystals, and it really didn't do too much for me. I felt kind of the same afterwards, and you know, slowly but surely I did end up getting better. It took a couple of weeks, and I don't know what did it exactly, because I was just ingesting so many different supplements that it could have been any single one of them or a strange combination, and it just wasn't working out. And so recently, you know, I've decided to start replacing some of those treatments with my special brand of Yop. You saw this in my last video. I've been making my own Yop juice using ingredients that can simply be found at home, really, for the most part. It entails a very carefully prepared blend of water, spices, and lime juice. And I gotta tell you guys, like, it's a little rough going down, but what it does to your body, I think, just kind of speaks for itself. Because when I started drinking Yop juice regularly, I felt like renewed in a way. Like it was like a whole new frontier had been unlocked through the power of my very own Yoppie beverages. And so, you know, and it's been a stressful couple of weeks. You know, I've had a lot of different stuff on my plate when it comes to getting the Zeta Project timeline video done. I've been making lots of calls, conducting a lot of interviews, and it was starting to get to me a little bit. And so I started just downing like pint after pint of Yoppie juice. I was just making a ton of it. And I think that what must have happened is just that one of the pints that I made of Yoppie juice, it didn't, something went wrong with the chemical process. I don't know, maybe I heated it too long in the microwave. I'm really not sure. The water that was coming out of my sink that day was a bit more brown than usual. I can't account for that exactly, but because I don't think it can be that, because I think that the state of my water, my tap water, is a key ingredient towards making my own homemade Yoppie juice so potent and so powerful. There's I don't know the exact science, but there's some kind of chemical reaction going on there. There's a chemical reaction. And whatever that chemical reaction is with the provided ingredients, it makes for a healing nectar that is unparalleled in today's modern medicine landscape. But if something goes wrong, if you make that slight little error, whatever that error was that I made, I don't know, I can't account for it. But whatever that was, it seemed to really have a negative impact on my body and on my chi, to say nothing of my chakras. So I'm trying my best to offset that by just drinking more and more, and I've drank more Yoppie juice in the last 48 hours than I have in the last couple of months, you know? So you would think that this would be offsetting the bad batch, but honestly, I almost feel worse. I'm struggling to breathe sometimes. I feel like a tightness in my throat and in my chest, and I have sporadic headaches. And just overall a feeling of lethargy. You know, I feel very tired a lot of the time. I feel very unmotivated. And I think that's just, you know, that bad batch that I made of Yoppie juice. You know, you mess it up. It's like that meal that you make out of the puffer fish. You know, it's a delicious fine cuisine, but if you prepare it wrong, then the subject dies. I think that's what's going on here. But thankfully I've avoided death by drinking, again, a extremely copious amount of Yoppie juice. I'm probably gonna have another glass right after I'm done recording this, because it is a little hard on my voice and on my head and on my spirit energy. So yeah, we're just gonna take it to Yoppie news, and then we'll come back for a couple of words. Okay, let's take it over to the Yoppie news. Yoppie news. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Yoppie News. Let me just take a look at my notes here. Wow, look at all that. I didn't know that was going on in the Middle East.
Well, before we get to any of that wacky nonsense, we're going to first talk about our sponsor of today's episode of Yoppie News. That's right, we have a sponsor now. It is none other than, and I'm very proud to say this, Yopcoin. Have you heard about it? You probably have, because it is the talk of the town. Everybody is talking about Yopcoin. Everyone loves Yopcoin, and I do not blame them. It is the simplest cryptocurrency ever devised. Anyone can do this. You can give this to your 5-year-old, and if your 5-year-old has a bank account, then there you go. They can do it. Just that easy. It is fun. I have lots of fun. Every time that I go to the Google Forms in the description below and I enter my financial information to allocate money to Yopcoin, $20 per coin, it is a blast. It is a barrel of fun, and I want you guys to join in the fun. Don't you want to have fun? You like fun, don't you? Of course you do. So go ahead, go down there to the description, click on that Google form, and start investing now into Yopcoin before it is too late. It is not a scam. Please, I've said this before, guys, and I'm being serious here. Please do not call Yopcoin a scam, because here's what's happening. It is giving the brand a bad look to the broader public. Please stop calling it a scam, okay? If it was a scam, I would tell you it was a scam. So I am telling you right here. Let me check my notes. Let me double check my notes here. Yep, says it right here. See that? Right, you can't see that. Well, anyways, if you could see that in the documentation, I have the documentation. I have read the literature, and I can confirm that Yopcoin is not a scam. So stop sending me emails asking if this is a scam. It is not a scam. All right, how many times do I have to say it before it gets through your thick craniums? All right, not a scam. All right. Anyway, sorry, I just get really worked up because I'm just really excited to be sponsored by, not a scam, by one of my favorite cryptocurrencies out there. May as well just sell all your other cryptocurrencies now. That way you can afford more Yopcoins. $20 a coin, what a steal. Okay, I'm taking up too much time. Back to you, Yop.
All right, guys, I gotta get going because I have been throwing up. I threw up for the last hour and a half since the last recording I made. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I don't even know what was in Yoppie News. I'm just gonna let you guys talk that over in the comments below. Okay, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.